You are watching the Armchair GM Podcast.
Welcome in, everybody. We got a fucking
Welcome
Battle
in.
of Alberta tonight.
Man, it's going to be tense. Well, not really. That's okay. It should be fun as long as it's a good game.
Yeah, welcome in, everybody. Thanks for joining. Good to see some regulars. Fubar,
Burns,
KQ,
hey.
welcome back. Been a while. Yeah, I'm with you, Fubar. As much as I'm full on team rebuild, I'm also always on team let's never lose to the Oilers if at all possible. I'm excited to see what Zane Parekh can do against a completely useless offense and goalie or defense and goalie. Hopefully he can also do something against the not so useless offense.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I'd like to see some good action from him in the offensive zone. Not going to lie, though, I feel like he's going to get a lot of protected minutes and not have to face, a certain 97 or 29.
I think there comes a point where it's impossible to not do it sometimes.
Correct. Yeah, he's going to have to sink or swim, right? He's going to have to figure it out. But I mean, I feel like it's only his second game back, so let's maybe ease him into the high-flying offense that is number 97. As long as Backlund's on the ice, he can at least help out in that aspect. So I think it'll be all right.
Absolutely. Fubar is calling it right now. Huberdeau and Zane both score. That's
Yeah.
I mean, if the thing is if Huberdeau decides he wants to get in front of the net and stand in front of the goalie, I would not be at all surprised if something just goes off him and he scores that way, or if a rebound pops out and he pops it in or something like that. But the way he's been playing the vast majority of this year, save like 4 games, has been so bad. But he is due for one.
Yeah.
But also, you at some point you got to, make your own chances, and he just hasn't been. If anything, he makes chances for the opposition.
Yeah, he's been abysmal more so in the last couple of weeks. It's been really hard to watch him. Like, he just can't get anything going. He's definitely more of a detriment on the ice than he is positive right now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's too much of a professional. I don't expect it to last too much longer. At least I sure hope it doesn't last too much longer. But I mean, let's be honest, his entire season has not been great. He had that bit of time off, and he came back and was doing okay, and then he just dropped right off the map. But so is the season of the Calgary Flames. Really, is what's happening, right? When your top scorer in points has less than 7 or 8 players in the NHL have goals, then it's probably not going your direction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm really excited to see Parekh. I'm curious how everybody felt Parekh's game was the other night, including you, Chris, because I know you're a defense first kind of guy, and I am to a certain extent as well. But I'm curious how you felt about Parekh's game the other night there, his first game back.
I didn't really see anything that set him apart as far as being bad defensively. He wasn't great defensively, but it wasn't. He was just. I give him a 60% basically. Like it wasn't phenomenal, but it wasn't really that bad. So I can live with it. There was a couple of cool offensive opportunities that he created that I was kind of excited to see. I do like seeing the offensive creativeness of Brustevich as well. So I think having those two guys in the future are going to be pretty cool to watch.
100%.
From a power play standpoint and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty big on Brstevich as well. When it comes to Perek, though, like I think his defensive efforts is there. I think I've said this on the show before, but I think his biggest issue is his speed and his strength. And
Mhm.
if he gets a step quicker, I think his effort and his smarts is going to actually make him a fairly decent defender. I'm not going to say like a good defender. He's not going to be Kale McCarr on both ends of the ice, right? But he is going to be
Right.
able to score and going to be able to generate offense, and he's going to be able to at least do a little bit of defending. Maybe not the best, but he'll be good, in my opinion.
I just don't want him to be a net negative in our zone, right? That's
Mhm.
really all I care about. Yeah, I don't expect him to be Robin Regier killing guys in the corner or that sort of thing. As long as he can kind of round out to be kind of a like a TJ Brody style where his stick action is really good and stuff like that. He's gonna have to learn some unique or creative ways to defend because he doesn't have the size. I can't see him necessarily ever being strong enough or big enough to be a solid defender. But as long as he's not a net negative, I mean that's really all I'm asking.
Mhm. I think his offense will eventually definitely outweigh his defensive deficiencies, especially once he gets a little bit faster, and those defensive deficiencies are few and far between. Like Fubar
Mhm.
is saying here, it'll take him a bit to learn great D. Um, I don't even think he's like bad at D. I think again, it's just speed. He needs to get quicker and get there a little bit faster. Um, what I do think though, I don't know if you noticed the other day there, Chris, but his outlet path is something we haven't had. Like even Giordano wasn't that good at it. I want to say the last guy we had that was that good at an outlet pass was Dennis Weidman. Like
No, that's
so
scary. That's scary, isn't it?
that it's been that long, or that it's that that's the comp.
No, no. I mean, I would never compare the two, to be honest.
No, me neither.
No,
It's
just
just the outlet.
yeah, yeah. Just the length of time is a scary thought, right? So I mean, Dennis has been on the team for a number of years, and we've
Mhm.
had a lot of defensemen come and go through the organization.
I'm not saying because like Tanev was a really good outlet pass as well, but his were like short support outlet passes, whereas Parek's
Yeah,
are really good like long range from from behind the net all the way to the middle of the ice, right on the tape, hard, right? It's just a
yeah.
different
We'll see.
style. I'm not saying we haven't had good outlet passes. We have. It's just his style is and accuracy and speed is just crazy.
Yeah, the one thing that worries me with his style of outlet pass being trying to go, the distance, if you will, or at least get it out a zone or two. It kind of worries me a little bit that they kind of start to get creative and want to push for more, and that's when they start drastically making mistakes and errant
Mhm.
passes, a lot of icing, stuff like that. So as long as he's able to keep it reined in and not try that every attempt that he's trying to get the puck out of the zone,
Yeah, you gotta
um,
mix it up for sure.
yeah, for sure. And you're right with when it comes to Tanev too, right? Because you're right. He was the quick pass. He was very good at getting it out of danger. Right.
Yeah,
It wasn't necessarily that we're making a rush down the ice. It was just get the puck out of danger. So is that my goalie isn't getting shelled and just he was just good defender for that, right? He's good at just
absolutely.
getting the situation under control.
Oh, I
So I think
agree.
if they can figure out how to be kind of a mix of that where he's good at getting it out of danger and just getting that situation under control as well as if we have somebody streaking up the ice, be able to recognize it, which I think he does recognize it because he's got really good vision of the ice. So I think that part's not going to be an issue, just as long as
Yeah,
it doesn't be it's not his constant go to.
quick power play for the Flames. Hopefully, they can get Zane out here and can see what he's all about because he's fun to watch on the power play. Yeah, the one thing I want to say about what you just said too is a part of the danger of that is his teammates getting too used to it and blowing the zone.
Right.
Yeah, where I think that's coaching has to make sure that that doesn't happen as well, but the players also have to.
For sure. Do you think Bouchard takes that penalty if he's not cross-eyed and sees two of everything?
No, I think he's actually good at defense if he's not cross-eyed.
Fair. Fair. You gotta defend the middle thing when you see it, right? Because I'm sure you're seeing three of everything. So just look for the middle.
Yeah. No, Fubar. I didn't see them down at the hospital. I've been really busy the last few days here, so I haven't really had a chance to look at the Flames social media very much. But I'll go check it out. Hopefully, it's pretty entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I could see Zane and Whitecloud. They both have big personalities too, right? And I could see them both being really good in a setting like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of my point in our last episode, right? There we go. Look at that. Jari. And guess who scored?
Just give me a second.
Fubar, you're the man. Why didn't you call this like 10 games ago? Damn it.
Huberdeau? Nice. Yeah, that just went in. So I'm probably about 10, 12 seconds behind you there.
Nice shot, too.
Yeah. I mean, man, it's hilarious watching the it's hilarious watching Oilers fans go into a downward spiral about Tristan Jarry because like I told them I told them every chance I got, like, this is a horrible thing for you to do, is trade a bad goalie for a bad goalie. It's not going to fix the problem.
Right. Yeah, it's I mean, I understand getting Skinner out and just trying, maybe Zari just needed a new location. Sometimes it works, but yeah, he's just not that good.
Yeah. No, he's awful. Like, and like, I've said it for a while too. Like, even when he was in Pittsburgh, he would put up some good numbers for like a few games in a row, but I found it was mostly playing behind like Chris Letang and like some actual really good defenders and a good structure, and having people don't consider Crosby a two-way forward, but I think he's the best two-way forward in the history of the fucking game. He's that good defensively, like, and offensively at the same time. I think playing in front behind that really helps, and but at the same time, he'd have just as many horrible games as Skinner, almost.
Yeah, no, for sure. And when it comes to that conversation between Crosby and Ovechkin, right? That's always the conversation is who's the better hockey player, and everybody says Ovechkin because of his goals. He's absolutely the better goal scorer, but as far as hockey player, it's not even close, right?
No, I agree, and I don't think many people even say that. I think a lot of people say he's the best.
I see it all the time.
History.
I see it all the time online. All the time.
I don't think he gets, and I don't think Ovechkin gets enough credit. Ooh, yeah, I don't think Ovechkin gets enough credit for being not
He's
anymore, but in his career, for being physical and willing to back check as he used to be. He doesn't do it very well anymore, but he used to be pretty good at that. But he's never been the two-way or anywhere close to the two-way forward that this is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Watching Kuzi drag Cooley across the ice.
Yeah. You can see his blade sitting there too, right beside the net.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty funny. What
But
do you
no, I
what do you
agree.
think of the decision to put Cooley there in net tonight, given the amount of time they're going to have off after this?
I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think they went back and forth game for game for about 10 games, and then Wolf got 2 in a row, and now it's just Cooley's turn.
Yeah.
I think that's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Do you have an opinion on that?
I just think it's interesting. I mean, I think given the season that's played out thus far, that Cooley has been the better of the two. He's definitely had more standout games, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Wolf has improved greatly since the first 6 weeks of the season, for sure. But I just think it's interesting because they're talking about Wolf is the number one and all that fun stuff. But in this situation, I'm find it interesting that Cooley got to start given the amount of time that they're going to have off after this game. That's
It's
just my
it's been a tandem for like almost a month now.
yeah. I know.
Like
No, I get that.
not even a 1A, 1B, but like a tandem.
Yeah.
I think they realized they were overplaying Wolf because we've
Wow, that
all
was
seen it.
gross.
Give me a second. Oh, that was gross. Oh, yeah. Draisaitl is so good at that short side, like on the goal line shot. He can do it with a wrist shot. He can do it with a one timer. He can do it with a slap shot. He can do it from 5-10 feet away. He can do like whatever. That's just his thing. It's it's disgusting and I hate it. But
Yeah,
it's hard to not appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, usually in the power plays on the other side of the ice, taking one timers, right?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the German strikes again. I just learned that he's actually the German flag bearer for the Olympics, for all of the Olympics.
Oh, really?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. If I didn't dislike him as much as I do, I'd be impressed.
Yeah. There. All right, boys, let's get back on the horse. And Kadri trying to do too much when 3 of his teammates were open and gave the puck away again.
You pretty much set your clock by it.
Yeah. Leon, come down to Calgary. I don't know if I want that, but
I mean, he's definitely one of those players that you'd probably like him if he's on your team. I don't like his attitude much, but at least the attitude he portrays in the media. But
yeah, for sure. He does a lot of like and the thing is like I don't mind when players bark back at the media or when players call it how they see it in the media a little bit more, and he does that, but I find he's just he does it with no personality. He's just melancholy about it, and yeah,
he's just pissy, right?
100%.
Yeah, I agree, Fubar. I'd rather that as well.
Yeah. Actually, I don't even agree with that. I'd rather we had a team that could play against him. That's it.
Yeah.
We just don't, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, given the offensive production that he's had in his career, I would argue that there's not many teams that can.
No, him and McDavid both, right? And like, as much as we hate them and fuck them and all that type of stuff, it's also just if you're looking at it from a realistic standpoint, those guys are good. They're just really fucking good.
Yeah. I feel like the Flames have generally been pretty decent at controlling McDavid more so than Draisaitl.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I feel like for some reason I think Draisaitl gets up to play for us a little bit more than McDavid does. It's weird.
Yeah, I think so too. He's definitely more engaged in my opinion as far as his play on ice is.
Yeah. Lombo, what you doing, bud? I might have to reboot my Sportsnet here soon and see if I can get
Heck,
back on board with you guys. Would you take Line A in a second for future considerations? Fuck, man.
no,
I'm.
absolutely
You know
not.
what he means?
Pardon?
Like taking Line A at like. I think the Canadians are trying to take him off of. Well, they have to take him off of LTIR soon or something like that. I could be wrong on that, but so it's a cap dump. They're trying to give us Line A and a second for nothing, and Line A's only got the rest of this year left.
No, I think given the fact that we gave them Monahan and a first, they need to would need to reciprocate that first. That being said, I want Line A nowhere near my team.
Oh,
I don't
good
want
save,
his
Cooley.
laziness. I don't want his laziness whatsoever. I yeah, I don't like him. I was pretty excited about the player when he first came into the league, but I tell you what, that sure changed in a hurry watching his attitude.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. There was a time when we had Gaudreau and Monahan, and I was like, we really need a scoring right winger. I was like, we should get Line. Now, I like the idea of getting a cap dump for somebody like Line and getting a second round pick for it. But the thing is Patrick Line specifically, he's gonna drastically reduce Coronado's ice time, in my opinion. And
Sure.
I don't want that at all. He's gonna hop right on power play one. He's gonna hop right on, line two or line three or whatever, and Coronado's gonna get way less ice time. And I have no fucking time for that. Dredin probably gets sent down.
Well, and that's just it, right? Like if we trade for him, then somebody's coming out, and and unless it's a veteran, I don't want that at all. And we all know it's not going to be a veteran, right? Somebody's going to get sent back to the A, and then we just go back. Then we go back to what we've been doing for 10 fucking years, right? Just playing the same game where we're not allowing the youth to develop. And so I appreciate her. I like the idea of gaining the second or a first or whatever.
If it was a first, I'd do it, no problem.
And his contract's up, so just let him walk. Really, I don't really give a damn. But
yeah, Cooley's been playing well, man.
He's been playing well all season.
Yeah.
Look at his numbers.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of doing some sort of cap dump thing. I worry that, and like, is Gradine in the minors isn't the worst thing in the world, but moving everybody down in order to get a second round pick when you're trying to develop players. The thing people don't realize, in my opinion, is developing players is just as important in a rebuild as getting the picks. If you're not developing them right, what are we fucking doing here?
Yeah.
Free McKenna. Free McKenna.
And you want your guys to be developed while playing with line mates and teammates that play the right way, right? Show you
Yeah.
the urgency. Not that we're getting a lot of urgency from our vets right now either, i.e., Huberdeau and Kadri and whatnot. But I mean, there's been a resurgence of a few guys, which has been nice. And Backlund's looked like he's super engaged this year. But look at that hit, freaking Huberdeau, right? He scores a goal, so he's now a wrecking crew. This is great. Backlund, I think, he's probably busting his ass. Was just like Uyghur, that whereas he's busting his ass trying to make the Olympic team. So I don't know if that's going to wane now that that's all settled. So it's hard to say.
So just because I'm a little bit behind you, when you said, "Oh, that hit from Huberdeau," I started watching Huberdeau shift, and
Yep.
that entire 10, 20 seconds there was probably the hardest I've seen him skate.
Yeah.
Like from the center ice into the O zone back to the D zone all season.
Yeah, it's funny how a goal gets you into that right mindset, right? The right frame of mind.
I wanted to get your opinion on something from last game, actually.
Okay.
At the end of the game, we didn't have a goalie in the net. We had the extra attacker, and as the goal was going in, the empty net goal was going in. Did you watch Gradine on that play?
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever seen a player back check that hard. Like
He
ever.
really he put a lot of effort into that.
Yeah. Like it didn't
I thought he was actually going to stop it because of but no, I was anytime you see a player skate that hard, I'm here for it all the time. Like that was
100%.
impressive.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It reminded me of Coronado a few times last year, right?
Yeah, that's the thing that's been missing from Coronado's game the most this year is the
Yeah.
dog on a bone in the defensive end, and he made his own offensive chances last year by being so good defensively.
Mhm.
He does. You mentioned this earlier too, Fubar. Huberdeau has a special aura about him when he's on, when he scores, all that type of stuff, and it reminds me of when Peltier first came up, and they had that father-son thing going on. Obviously, that didn't turn into anything or whatever, but it just seemed to me like it seems to me when Huberdeau's on, he has that same like happiness factor to him.
Mhm. Yeah, when he's loose and having fun, he's actually a really good player. Like in all three zones, right? Like he's not just offensive. He can actually defend well and back check well
Defend.
when he wants to, right? And he doesn't seem to want to until he starts feeling it offensively. Then it's a trigger for him, and then he starts going all over the place, and it becomes noticeable again for the right reasons.
Yeah. I wanted to talk
Free
about this,
McKenna.
the free McKenna thing. I know you and I were talking about it earlier, but for anybody who might be watching who doesn't know, McKenna got charged with assault
Aggravated assault felony.
a couple days ago or today or something like that, and basically he got in a bar fight. From what I hear, somebody was making fun of his mom or something, and his mom was there, and he just punched the guy in the face and broke his jaw. Now, allegedly, yeah. To me, I feel like that's gonna get thrown under the bus at some point, and not under the bus, under the rug at some point. Those are two very different things. Get thrown under the rug at some point in the very near future. Is it an ill-advised thing to do? Probably. Is he an 18-year-old having drinks with his team and still learning how to be an adult? Yes. Is that whatever? It's to me, it's like I've been in a bar fight. Chris has been in bar fights. When you're young and dumb, that shit just happens. He'll learn from it. I'm not too worried about it. This isn't like a fully grown person, a fully grown man making a stupid decision. This is a young man learning a life lesson. It's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of, I mean, as long as he doesn't actually see a courtroom, because if he does, he'll probably be found guilty and spend some time. But if he's able to avoid all that, given the circumstance on that reporting, if it is a situation where he's defending his mom, I feel like things are going to get dropped real quick. But that being said, if he's drafted by an NHL team, obviously they're going to sit him down and give him the, hey, this is how we conduct ourselves now as a professional athlete in the public eye and all that fun stuff. And
he's gonna
these
get
sorts of
the
things are
talk
not
from
going
his
to be.
agent for sure.
Yeah. Come on, Joe. Come on, get it. Holy. Farabee, like he just scores out of like out of a
gotta
dream
stop.
on but if he's not on this weird angle and scoring from just pure heart, he's just so bad at hitting the net.
Yeah, that is true.
Like it's so bizarre. Like he has so many chances to bury these goals on semi breakaways or breakaways, and he never hits the net. But then all of a sudden, like generally it's as in complaining about him doing something like that, he just finds a way to just score a goal. I was like, okay, fuck, god damn it, he's done it again, kind of thing, right?
Cooley's tracking the puck really well. I feel like he's learned a little bit about that from Wolf, because that was his biggest issue in preseason. Was tracking. He couldn't track at all. KQ or Fubar is saying Kadri is looking for a new home during the Olympics. I don't agree. Anyone who's watched the show will know I would love if he did, like 3 years ago, find a new home somewhere else. But I think that the Calgary Flames are far too reactive and not proactive enough to actually trade anybody who's not expiring. Or
I think I know your thought on that, Dylan, and I think there's more to the is willing to entertain a trade than what's being reported. So I think there's more urgency in that scenario than just waiting until next year's deadline.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be next year's deadline, but yeah,
or the year after. And the reason why I say that is just if you look at him, he does not want to be here.
No, he doesn't want to be here at all. But so was it yesterday or the day before? Kyprios put out a trade board and actually said in his little blurb about Kadri that Kadri had requested a trade or demanded a trade or something like that. And Friedman came out on the broadcast later that day and said that is not what happened. They asked him if he would move. He said yes.
Yeah. Well, Kyprios is known for
being
not
wrong.
taking his cues from any sort of reality, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is I've chuckled many times, watching or listening to Kyprios, just kind of like, what is he thinking? Like, you don't say that.
Welcome, Matt. Did you hit the notification bell? Is that why you knew we were here? Glad to see you here, bud.
What up, Matt? Matty C.
So that. Oh no, never mind. That wasn't correct. Never mind. So the one thing I do want to say, because when we were talking about Parekh earlier, and we had a lot of praise for his offensive prowess, and I was saying that I don't think he's as bad defensively as he is made out to be. I do want to say there was a couple times, specifically in the first period of last game, I noticed he was nowhere near where he was supposed to be. And there was a forward standing in front of the net where he was supposed to be, and kind of looking around trying to figure out where the fuck he was. I noticed that like 2 or 3 times. But then as the game went along, I found he didn't do that again. I feel like he learned from that, at least for now.
Yeah, I'm sure he had a lot of coaching moments throughout that game and in between periods.
He's also a 19-year-old player coming out of junior, right? So
Sure.
if you can't be coached, that's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, 30-year-olds get coached.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I don't think he learned the lesson on his own. I think he was coached and
that's what I meant. Yeah,
adjusted accordingly.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant. I'm sure he was talked to on the bench and shown video or in the intermission or whatever, right? You believe Fubar says, I believe Kadri retained and Coleman, someone takes the contract straight. I think that those are both very possible outcomes, but I don't think either is going to happen. I hate to be a downer about it, but I just this team doesn't do shit when it comes to actually going out and making a trade that they're not being forced to make.
Dylan, you've been calling for the trade of Kadri since the day he signed the contract. Just let us have this.
I want
this bit of hope. But every time somebody brings it up, you crush it immediately. It's not going to happen until 2 years from now. This team doesn't. Just let us have this moment where we just all have come together finally and wanting Kadri out of here and finally be hopeful that it happens between now and the trade deadline. Just let people have their moment. Quit being that guy.
I really, really hope I'm wrong. That's what I'm going to say. I really, really, really hope I'm wrong. But nothing this front office has done in the past few years since Conroy took over says anything other than we're going to wait until it's too late.
Yeah.
There's a team out there that will take Coleman, even though I don't want him off the team. And I think Coleman, there's more of a chance of a Coleman trade. I still put a Coleman trade more towards 50% and a Kadri trade more towards 5%. So I think there's more of a chance of a Coleman trade, but mostly because his contract is shorter. He's having a really good season, and there's been so much interest.
Yeah. I think 5% is a weird statement, personally. But
I mean, really, I'd put it at 0.5%, but I guess I'll put it at 5 just to make you feel better, so you stop fucking yelling at me.
I think given the
what a rocket from Uyghur, that is,
yeah, from Gradin, you mean?
No, the pass from the defensive end.
Yeah.
And then obviously the nice move from Gradin. Yeah.
I think given the conversation that has been going around for Kadri this season and the fact that there's willingness to have the conversation now puts that 5% way closer to 45 to 50%.
That's fair. I don't believe it, but I really hope I really, really, really hope I'm wrong. I will be happy to eat that. Gradin is like Ovechkin, just no one knows yet, except he skates fast. I think Gradin is the fastest player on our team.
Which is
not a good thing.
No. It's like, well, shit. I mean, he's not slow, but he's but I don't know that he's really known for his speed per se.
No, he's not known to be slow or anything like that, but he's not known for his speed. That man, I think he's been playing really well, and the thing that gets me about Gradin is that he's getting all sorts of offensive chances for himself and for his teammates, and he's also playing pretty good defensively and putting in a lot of defensive effort. I really, really like Gradin.
Yeah, yeah. I think he's going to be a
Gradin is
solid,
special. We've been
solid
hoping
middle
Matt
six
said.
guy for many years.
Yeah.
I mean, I to be honest with you, he's surprised me so far this year. I didn't think he was going to be as offensively gifted as he appears to be. He really creates his own opportunities, which is cool at his age playing in the NHL right now. You don't see that very often. A lot of guys kind of require line mates to free it up and make things developed until they kind of figure out their game. But
100%.
he's very much assertive in what he's doing and his effort. I think if he can continue going along this path, then friggin' A, bud. Like, let's go.
You don't
I think,
expect 28th, was he 28th overall pick? You don't expect him to play as soon as Gradin is playing, and you don't expect him to be able to create his own chances and just
yeah.
create some of the only offensive chances the team really gets. You don't expect a driver like that out of your 28th overall pick just a couple years later. So
No,
it's a
sometimes if you're drafted by LA, that 28th pick goes for kind of a one-on-one or player by player trade with Panarin. What a terrible fucking deal that was for. I mean, I understand. Obviously, their hands were tied because there was only one team he was willing to go to, given his no move. But
yeah.
still, like they couldn't have talked into something slightly better for as a return for one of the top 10 forwards in the league.
I probably could, like, if I were the Rangers, if I were Chris Drury, I probably would have not bit and traded him before the deadline, like before the trade freeze happened, like minutes before the trade freeze. I would have waited and seen what else I could squeeze out, or try and make Panarin add to his list or something like you got another couple weeks, man. Fucking do something. If you're looking at a return like that, just say no. That's garbage.
Yeah. I mean, that being said, though, like, but what do you do at the end of it? Like, just because
Take third round pick, like
he had a full no move, right?
oh no move, yeah,
And so you keep going and keep going and keep going with LA because that was the one and only team that he was willing to go to.
yeah.
Because he held all the cards in that, and that's why I really hate these clauses for organizations. I mean, modified stuff, fine. At least give you some sort of option.
You know what I really like. What I really like is what Carolina did with, I think it was Taylor Hall and Freddie Anderson this past offseason, which is Taylor Hall's movement clause is based on, I believe his movement clause is based on points, and I think Anderson's movement clause is um, based on games played, which is something I've never heard of until they did that, and I'm like, that is how it should be. You should have to perform in order for that to be a thing.
I mean, you know me. I want all contracts to be performance based.
Yeah.
But
Wittenbach is also special. Yeah, he is. The guy is a freshman in college in the NCAA and is leading all college players in points. 5th round pick, no big deal. The one thing I'll say about Conroy is his scouting, his pro scouting is suspect, but his amateur scouting and his amateur scouting staff is doing a fucking amazing job, in my opinion.
Yeah. So I have his contract pulled up on Cap Wages, Taylor Hall, that is.
Yeah.
It shows that you've got a full no move for 25, 26 and 26, 27. But that condition on the 27, 28 is if he scores 35 plus points, he gets the no move. Otherwise, it's a 10-team no trade list.
Yeah. Yeah. Structure things more like that. I'm not just making that up.
Yeah, no, I think all the contracts should be performance based, right? Here's your base salary for being in the NHL. Now, you get X amount per goal, X amount, just whatever, right? Whatever they figure out for the performance base. But I think that would incentivize players to try harder in all the years that are not contract years, right? So how many times you see that all of a sudden somebody explodes in the 1 year before their contract, get way overpaid, Mangiapane, and then
Kadri wasn't just a ghost. No, he probably wouldn't have just been a ghost for the last 2 months.
Yeah. If you know that
Kadri, Matt thinks Kadri will end up moving, pushed by him, and you think Coleman is unlikely to go anywhere until next year's deadline. I do think I don't know. I hope you're right, because I would rather have Coleman on the team than Kadri. But yeah, maybe I just won't take it away from you, and I'll say, yeah, that'll happen.
I don't know if you're here, Matt, but Dylan might have some words for you in a private conversation. He's not going to do it here anymore. I would really like to have received the return that Coleman would have brought. This injury is very unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
The timing of it. I think given that, there might be a bit of a reset on that concept, on that idea of him getting moved at the deadline, depending on what he looks like when he comes back, if he comes back. I mean, at this stage, it's just he should be coming back after the Olympic break, but they haven't actually put any
no contact jersey a couple days ago.
Good. I mean, I want Coleman on my team. I want more players to be like him as far as how he carries himself and just how he is as a human being, as well as, I mean, his play on the ice. Obviously, I mean, for a third line guy, how do you get mad at watching Coleman and Backlund on the PK and even 5-on-5, like the two of them, they're way up there in their age, but doing everything right? Just doing everything that you ask of them, being very much professionals, veterans, really, really teaching the youth how to conduct themselves on and off the ice. So it's great. And how many players, do you see get paired up with the two of them to kind of get their game settled or back on track, and they do it every single time? Like, I'm pretty sure their success rate is still 100%, which is phenomenal.
Oh, man. Hey, Shane, I see you're in here. You haven't got to any of your comments yet, but yeah, I think we're still looking at 4 years, 3-4 years before this team, before whichever player we draft high in the draft this year comes in, before Pavelec develops into a really good player, before, I mean, Gradin's already looking really good, but you have to remember too, like, we're going to be slowly getting rid of some of these older players. Like Coleman has, before he got hurt, he was basically driving the offense for the team.
Right.
right? So
Which
if he gets traded,
which is exactly what you expect from your third line guy, right?
yeah, exactly. And Kadri, like last year, was the offensive driver on the team, but I so if he goes, which I hope, then there's going to be even less, exciting moments, quote unquote exciting moments. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think we're going to start getting exciting around in about 2 years, but I think it's going to take about 4 years for it to come to fruition and for us to start getting into the playoff conversation, not the playoffs, but the playoff conversation.
Yeah, it's going to take some time. I think as soon as we can get rid of some of these, the aging contracts, I think we're going to start seeing a better product on the ice as far as excitement,
Mm-hmm.
right? And personally, I think there are going to be a lot of players that surprise people. Not that they're necessarily going to pan out long term, but I think having this team become a bit younger and quicker is going to be fun to watch.
Yeah. I think if things pan out, you might have your top six set in, say, 3 years. So I'm going to just go out and assume you're talking about probably whoever we draft this year, whether it's, Stenberg, McKenna, Bjork, Belchets, whoever, one of those guys, Gradine, Rushny. I don't know if Wittenbach will be there yet, but Wittenbach will be there eventually. Who else? That's the thing. I think that's where it stops,
Mhm.
right? But Coronado, I guess. Yeah, Coronado will be in there. Hopefully Zary, but starting to lose hope a little bit. But
Yeah, he has his moments, right? But
yeah,
if once Zary puts on a couple more years and he becomes one of the veterans, I think he'll figure it out. I
yeah.
think he just needs to get out of his own head,
Mhm.
right? I
I
mean,
think
he's got
that's
the
what it is.
skill.
And I was listening to the Red Mile Rundown, and they were talking about Zary's speed stats, his NHL edge speed stats. He
Mhm.
had 8 20 mile an hour or higher speed bursts, and I think the league average is like 20 something. So he's just not skating fast.
Yeah.
Not that I put all that much into that specific stat because, like, Matthew Tkachuk is an awful skater, but he can put up 100 points. So who the fuck cares?
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, if in year 3 we're talking about Zari's foot speed because it's always been slow. He's never been fast ever.
He had bursts. He was never fast constantly, but he had bursts when he used to be able to explode off the boards towards the net real fast,
Yeah.
and he can't really do that anymore. Or at least he doesn't.
I mean, that kind of goes hand in hand or foot in foot with 3 leg injuries. That makes sense.
Oh, 100%. I'm not. I agree with that. Fubar says Backlund, much respect, could go chase a cup, yet takes one for the organization. True leader. I think Backlund's biggest thing is he loves the city. His family loves the city, which is huge.
Mhm.
And also he's trying to beat Jerome McGinley's. He's only like a season and a half, I think, off of beating Jerome McGinley's games played record for the Flames.
Yeah.
So I think he wants to get that before he retires. I could be wrong on that, but yeah. And I think
Yeah.
he's a good leader too. And like he's having a great year offensively. He's always good defensively, but he really bounced back at offensively this year. having one of his best offensive years. So hopefully that can stick around too. And honestly, as much as I'd like to get a return for Backlund, I think when you draft somebody in the middle of the first round and you get 20 fucking years out of them, that's fine.
Yeah, he's
good years.
going to be a one. He's going to be a one-team player once he retires.
Yeah.
He'll retire. 11 will go up in the rafters, and
I
that'll be
think
that.
ideally that's what you want when you draft a player. Ideally, you don't want to trade them. Ideally, you want them to stay with you forever because they're that good, and that's what they're doing with backs. So much of the work has already been done. The rebuild just hasn't started, or it hasn't just started. We just need the absolute A grades from the top of the draft to finish this up. Yeah, I agree, Matt. I think we have a really strong supporting staff. I think the only Gradin is starting to win me over. I think he might actually have first line potential. I'm not going to say that for sure yet, but I see Gradin getting there possibly. But other than that, like we need like Kent Wilson always says it when we talk to him on the Discord there when he's been on this show before. You need several, like you need at least a couple superstars and a couple stars, right? Right now we have Parekh might end up being a star, might end up being a superstar, might not. You never know. I think he's going to be a superstar. Gradin has star potential, and then everybody else we have has like middle six, maybe second line potential. I include Coronado in that. I probably include Gradin in that, but he's starting to win me over. Wittenbach might be, but he's still so far out. Like he's in college. Let's chill. Yes, he's been amazing. Really exciting prospect. Great to see. Hopefully he turns into that guy. But yeah, I'm just we need to draft high 2 or 3 more times this year and then 2 more times, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean 2 for sure. Aside from a couple of standout players, we don't really have that much star potential talent in the A or in the system. We have some really good, as you said, middle six guys. Gradin, I mean, given what we've seen so far in the NHL with him this year, he's definitely a high-ranking middle six to a mid-ranking top six at the moment, I would say, with potential to elevate his game slightly more and become a number one player, that sort of thing. There is something to be excited for when it comes to Gradin. Parekh, obviously, everybody knows his potential. Hopefully, it translates to NHL minutes, and we see something special with the kid. Prstevich, I think, is going to surprise a lot of people. I know people that are around the game talk about Prstevich, but I don't think he gets that much attention from the majority of the fan base. I think he is better defensively and offensively than I initially thought. I was, reasonably excited for him to come up, but after watching him so far this year, he is absolutely ready for the NHL, and that really makes me happy.
I think he's going to be a really solid number 3.
Yeah, 100%.
Really solid number,
which is great, right? If you can get a number of years out of a guy like that from that trade, friggin' A. That's some great work by Conroy.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, so we do need to draft a couple of years worth of decent stock before we can start adding pieces around those players, right? We're going to need to have some people in the A plus on the roster full time in the NHL to build a core, so then we can add those pieces, right? Because that's all that's where we're going to end up making those decisions is in 3 years. Who's available in the UFA market and who's available for trade at the deadline. so is that we can start making those pitches and just making a go of it, right? Because I mean, God damn it, if Flames fans don't deserve at least 10 years worth of playoff hockey.
Oh, I think we
Great,
do.
right?
And that's what we
Like,
want. We want to take another 2, 3, 4 years off the playoffs and then have a good decade plus, right?
yeah.
I don't know, Chris, you might know this. Other than possibly Backlund, have we ever had a 1,000-game player that never played for anyone else? Like, you think of the
I
1,000
never
game,
played for.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Because, like, you look back at the 80s, like, a lot of those guys left, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah, a big chunk of the core left after '89, and then we went into the Young Guns era, which didn't translate into much, and obviously we didn't keep many of those players. And then, yeah, I would say no.
I would say probably not. Like, Iginla played for a couple other teams. He would probably be the closest. Yeah, I don't think so, Shane, but definitely look that up and let us know. And have we watched the Quinnipiac game yet? You're not very specific about that question, so I'm going to say yes. About 3 or 4 years ago, when Coronado was still in college, I watched two BC versus Quinnipiac games. I was in a hotel with my buddy who's a Flames fan in Golden. We were in Golden, BC. We were having a snowboarding trip, and we watched two games on a tiny little TV that had horrible reception with bunny ears. It was stupid. Actually, no, that was in Dead Man's Flats. Yeah. So yeah, it was awful reception. Couldn't see anything, but it was nice. It kind of was a throwback to like '90s watching TV in the '90s. It was actually kind of nice.
That you said that was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it was 3, 4 years ago. It was me and my buddy Clayton. You and I went to a game with him.
Yeah, decent
Yeah,
guy.
yeah,
Dead Man's Flats, it's just outside of Canmore.
yeah, yeah. We were staying there, and then we were on our way to Kananaskis, I think. And yeah, we were just doing a snowboarding trip around Western Alberta and Eastern BC, kind of thing.
Nice. Yeah.
My sister lived in Canmore, so we were kind of taking a night in between. We went to my sister's for dinner and stuff. So yeah, it was nice.
Nice.
But no, I haven't watched Quinnipiac game this year. But I've heard so many good things.
I'm going to step away for a couple minutes. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Shane, I'm not so sure. I don't follow college hockey that much. I can tell you for sure that a bunch of people in the Discord do. If you want, I'm not sure if you have us on Facebook or whatever, but you should send us a message on Facebook. I think you're on Facebook. Send us a message on Facebook, and I'll get you a link to the Discord. There's a bunch of people who watch college hockey a lot and follow all of our prospects in all of the leagues. Like, we have people in Europe that watch European leagues, and we have people in the States that watch lots of college hockey. Yeah, it's a good place to be. Welcome in, everybody. What is the final score going to be? Throw it in the comments. Let us know what you think the score is going to be at the end of this game. Chris just had to step away for a few minutes here. He'll be back shortly. So you're stuck with me. Sorry. And yeah, KQ, Back's got the key to the city indeed. I think he's a fan favorite now. Like, there's still those few people who don't understand that there's more to hockey than just offense, and they hate Backlund. But man, he's aging like a fine wine. It's quite impressive. Fubar says 5-3 Flames. It sounds about right. I'm just going to be disagreeable with you and say it's going to be 4-3 Flames. Always beat the Oilers. Remember that. Always beat the Oilers. Rand Packold. I don't know who that is. You'll have to be a little bit more specific there. Is that one of the coaches for Quinnipiac or something like that? I'm not sure. Oilers suck. KQ. Yes, yes, they do. They very much do suck. All right, we're getting close to puck drop on period 2 here. I'm just gonna reboot my stream, see if I can catch up because I was about 20-30 seconds behind Chris there. Here we go. So the Quinnipiac head coach, you're saying, runs an NHL system, and Wittenbach is obviously killing it. So that's good to know. That's awesome to know. What do you mean by an NHL system? Like more of a dump and chase style, or like do other college teams not play uh, play an NHL system? I'm not sure. I honestly don't know. All right. I really want to see not specifically a goal, but I want to see Perek get on the score sheet tonight. Just for his confidence. I think his confidence is way better than it was, or way higher than it was in the first in his first little stretch in the NHL. He didn't seem very confident, especially near the end of it. And I think that is really changing right now. Oh, was that a save? Oh, I want to see a replay of that. Man, Cooley is freaking good. I'm really excited to know that we have a backup that the coach is finally learning he can play. How many coaches don't go to the Olympics and instead go scouting college games? He's not a coach, man. He's a GM, but yeah, not many. That's for sure. Especially, I believe all the NHL, all the NHL GMs have free tickets. They can just go to the Olympics. I believe. I could be wrong though. Yeah, Kadri did Kadri things there, Matt. He just didn't see. He just got his tunnel vision going on and tried to skate through a defender instead of actually. Oh, that was a smart play by Sharangovich. Too bad it didn't work. Um, yeah, Kadri just being Kadri. You know how it is. It's really fucking frustrating, is what it is. Get him off my team right fucking now. I mean, after the trade freeze was over. Cheers, everybody. All right. Uh-oh. Ooh. Even shots. 11-11. Yeah, the Flames are kind of breaking down defensively a little bit. They've let some pretty high quality chances go through here in the last couple minutes. Fubar. I digress. Kadri will be moved. I really, really hope Kadri will be moved. Chris having a smoke, chirping me, talk about how I think he'll be traded this season. I don't, but I digress because I've been told not to always put a damper on people's opinions that Kadri will be traded. Cooley is totally bailing him out. He's had quite a few high danger shots here in the last little while, and actually not even just in the last little while. Starting about 5 minutes in, he just started robbing the Oilers blind over and over. He plays this weird aggressive style. I can't remember a goalie who is so like he's not out of position, but he's so far out of his net when he makes saves a lot of the time. It's really strange, but I really like it.
Kadri will be traded. Cooley is totally bailing him out. He's had quite a few.
Looks like Fubar agrees with me. Hated when we got Kadri. I hated when we traded Monahan because I knew it was because we were getting Kadri, and I was just like, this whole situation is awful. Oh, Backlund. Oh, that move by Backlund. That's not something. It's not something you see from him very often. That like hesitation, little shimmy shake shot. You don't see that from backs very often. You can tell he's feeling it offensively. They did Monty dirty. I don't. Yes, they did, but honestly, like Tree Living just did the organization dirty when he made that trade. Just that whole summer, he kind of fucked the organization.
Well, I think it was
very
a combination between that summer and the summer before, and a bit of the summer before that, that really set this organization back a decade.
100%. And you're not kidding. It set us back a decade. Matt doesn't have the dislike for Kadri that some do. I just think he was the wrong guy at the wrong time for us. At another time, his scoring numbers at the 2C would have ripped. Maybe. I don't know. I've never really been a fan of his.
Yeah, for me, it's not his offensive ability. Like he does have that. I get that. It's his attitude, and his he's very selfish on the ice. Like he's very selfish on the ice. He thinks he can drive through defenders, which he clearly can't, and he shows it time and time and time and time again.
He just did.
But it's just there's just so many parts of his game I'm just not a fan of. But obviously, his offensive production is good, and it would be nice to have, that as the number 2, number 3 C. I get it, but
Matt just said it right here. Gradin would have been 3 on that breakaway, but Kadri tried to skate through a defender. You probably missed it. I guess you were probably watching on your phone, but yeah, Kadri could have just passed it, and Gradin would have been 3. And instead, Kadri tried to skate through a defender and tried to take a shot that he missed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yeah, Fubar, you're 100% correct. Brad is doing the Leafs dirty now. And I'm
look at them. Like look the fall from grace from in the mecca of hockey. Pretty drastic in 1 year what he's been able to accomplish there.
Fubar, are you talking about the game that that Kadri did the throat slit to Gio there?
Yeah, that was big news for a while, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. Shane, Kadri's stupid shit he does annoys me, yeah. And like the thing is there's just enough, maybe not this year, but in general, there's just enough highlights of him doing something crazy and cool and offensively talented and all that type of stuff to make people completely forget his offsides and his garbage, like all of the stupid shit he does.
Well, the
But yeah,
floating on the back check really pisses me off, right? He makes zero effort to get back into the play. If there's any sort of confrontation or physicality in the boards in the offensive zone, it takes him a fucking decade to get off the ice.
yeah, 100%. I'll be
Like,
right back.
just no effort in what he does, unless he's putting puck in the net. It's just that away from the puck, he's a detriment. There's just the goals are nice when they happen, but I don't know. I still think he's a net negative on the team, has been for a while. But that's just me. Well, you probably don't have Brad Treliving as your GM to start. I think would be a way to fix the mess in Toronto. Until he's out of there, I think they're going to be a hit and miss team for a long time. I don't think Brad's going to keep his job past next year at the latest, if he's even able to keep it that long. And obviously, being in the West, in the Great Prairies here, I'm here for this all day long, Pubar. I'll cheer against Toronto in every opportunity I have. I mean, it depends on if he becomes if he becomes a garbage human being. I think they'll probably take a swing at him, but I think until he does that, I don't. I mean, I would be okay with Brad going up north. That would be fine. But I mean, who knows? I think that would be a bold move.
Hello.
What do you think? Do you think Brad's next team is the Oilers?
I don't know, man. Like, I guess they hired Bowman. Oh, who's down?
And it's freaking ball. Looks like his elbow.
Oh, it's an elbow.
He's all right.
Oh, he's in pain. He's all right, but if it's an elbow, you can skate away from that.
Yeah, he doesn't look happy about it.
No. You know what? Like, I'm happy with Treliving ruining the Leafs, and I don't think he deserves another NHL job. So I hope he doesn't get one.
Look at his arm when he goes into the boards. Oof. That actually might be worse than I thought.
Yeah, dude, he was like writhing in pain when he was getting up.
I think it's a shoulder, not the.
I don't think it's.
He just mouthed it. He said, "My shoulder popped."
Oh yeah, he did too. Yeah, I don't think it was a penalty. Yeah, I think that was right call by the refs. Honestly, the way Lomberg fucking. That's not even Lomberg. That's Hanley. That just looked like Lomberg because he's small.
Look at him go! Friggin' hell! Who thought that Hanley could fight like this? This is great.
Yeah, way to go!
Nice. That's how you stick up for a player, for a teammate right there.
That might actually be the best fight. Like, nobody went down, but that might be the best fight of the Flame season right there.
That was pretty good. I like that.
I love it when they go back
but he gave a lot.
That was a really good. I hope that sparks it. I feel like it's going to turn into a fucking brawl for all here in a minute.
That was good. I like how they stopped that one too on their own.
Shane says, I don't know how you fix that mess in Toronto. Buffalo seems to have figured it out. Yeah, except Buffalo has like a professional sports record for not making the playoffs. So
There's that.
let's hope
I,
the
I,
Leafs win this.
I said the one way to fix it would be to have Free Living not there anymore, and that I
Yeah,
don't think he's going to be there in 2 years.
probably would be smart. That was one of the best fights I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, we definitely have to work on Zane's speed and strength. Jeez.
Yeah, 100%. It is. His speed is the problem. That's his biggest problem, I think. And then strength, and then I don't really think there's that much else other than just experience he has to work on. Just
Mhm.
things that you learn from experience. This off season and how much he grows muscle and learns to skate a little bit differently is going to show you a lot about who this kid is. I think how he comes
Yeah,
back this season.
I think. Yeah, you're right. I think the strength will help with his speed a bit, but his upper body strength definitely needs some work.
100%.
Now, Fubar, you can't call it now when you called it at the beginning of the game. Why not?
Well,
I'll
no,
give you
he's saying
one.
next goal, not just a
Oh, the
goal.
next one. Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Gradine put a wrench in it, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Gradine can be bookend. What the deuce? Can be bookended by Huberdeau and Zane making Fubar correct. I don't mind that.
Oh my god, how does he fucking Mike?
What the hell? Yeah,
Oh,
that
is
was
that Mike
definitely a
Smith?
page out of Mike Smith, right? I'm not gonna lie, Wolf has had a lot of blunders outside of the net this year.
He's
So
had a
much that
couple
he
of
needs to
weird because that
not
was
try
go
and
ahead.
play the puck anymore. He needs to not play the puck anymore. That is in Wolf.
Yeah, it's weird because one of my biggest things that I liked about Wolf last year is that he played the puck well, right? Like he didn't make bad decisions. There was like one or two all year. But this year there's been quite a few.
Yeah.
You're right. It's been way worse
Yeah.
this year, but to me, if he can get back to how he did it last year, because if you play the puck multiple times a game and you make two mistakes all year, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
obviously.
but this year it's all the time. So
Yeah, it's like
maybe not
almost
all
one
the
or
time.
two a night.
Yeah,
Like they're not fatal errors every night, but he fumbles it once or twice a night,
yeah,
which is, yeah, you're right. It's a far cry from what we saw from him last year. Not sure what the difference is. Maybe his confidence, so he's trying it more. He's trying to be more creative with it.
Mm.
Nice attempt on the pass. You see that from Perek? He
Oh
tried
yeah, he was
to,
trying to get that to Huberdeau. Is that Huberdeau?
yeah, I think it was Huberdeau beside the net. Yeah.
You're missing a
Let's
G
see.
there, Shane, twice. You're missing the same letter twice. Yeah, I really like this tandem we have, and that's why there's a lot of people trying to say we should trade Cooley recently. They said, "Oh, we could get." There was one idiot that was saying we could get a first for him. That's stupid. But there
I
was,
mean, you got to be pretty damn good to get a first for a goalie.
yeah. But I also think that there was some people out there saying, you know, we should try and get a third or a fourth for him. And like,
Mm.
if you could get a third, I might consider that. But I don't think you're getting that, and I don't think it's worth trading him. Like, he's great for the room. He's awesome for Wolf. You can just tell he's awesome for Wolf because Wolf knows he can rely on him to take
Yeah.
a couple of games here and there. and you can tell that Wolf or that Cooley is good. Oh, what a shot!
The great sniper White Cloud,
Yeah,
as he's known for.
Yeah.
Goals,
suck it, Oilers.
fucking rights, Matt.
Suck it. White
Oh,
Cloud,
did
yeah.
Zary tip it? Must have.
Oh, did he?
I don't know. They keep showing him, so I'm just going to watch the replay. Oh yeah. Now, I don't know if he tipped it as much as the puck just bounced off of him. That was a Neil goal.
Oh yeah, it looked like it hit his knee. Looked like it hit his lower body somewhere. Yeah.
That's all we need is Zary going off with another leg injury because he takes a White Cloud slap shot in the knee.
Yeah, that's definitely Zary's goal, Matt. You're right. But still, White Cloud made the right decision there to take the shot. He was given all the room in the world to do it.
Am I?
It's Pospisil trying to fight? I hope Pospisil's not trying to fight, man. He is one punch away from never playing again.
Right. Well, I'm surprised you're saying that then, to be honest.
Well, no, that's one of the reasons why I'm not huge on him is because the way he plays requires the odd fight, and he can't do that. And I don't want him to get hurt.
I wouldn't say he was trying to fight there. He was just mucking it up as he does. Yeah. Do you know the reference here? Am I missing something?
I think Cooley and Wolf listened. Isn't Hungry Like the Wolf? Is that not Beach Boys? No, that's Duran Duran, isn't it?
Yeah. Come on now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't. No, Fubar, you'll have to elaborate there. Popsicle. I think that's supposed to be a popsicle. No, that's a rocket.
Red Rocket.
What are the two? Oh, Bax. Bax has had a couple of really good looks here tonight. The one thing about Edmonton, and I hate saying it, but we've all seen this team be down 4 or 5 goals in going into the third and win.
Mm-hmm.
It just happens. Oh, because they're both from California. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Well, there it is, folks. So I'm going to sign off. Apparently, I'm stupid.
I mean, I knew they were both in California, but yes, KQ, keep the momentum going. As much as losses are important for the Flames in the long run this year, beating the Oilers is number one and always will.
I used to live in California. Does that mean I should have been a goalie?
I didn't know you used to live in California.
Yeah, as a kid. My mom was from Oakland, and so we moved there in when was that? I was like 7 so to like 12.
1856.
Zing. Zinger.
So let me ask, you're from Oakland?
I'm not. No, I was born in Calgary.
Oh, you were born in Calgary. Okay, but
yeah, my mom was from Oakland.
Your born in Oakland. Okay, and you guys just moved back for a little bit to California.
So she came to Canada, like 72. Moved to Victoria. Worked at the what's that? The Empress Hotel.
Oh yeah, that's where our buddy Ty, who used to do the show with us, that's where he works.
Yeah. So she worked there for a bit. Met my dad, I guess. We're I don't call him my father because he was never around after I was born. But then she came to Calgary pregnant with me, and I was born at the Rocky View. No, sorry, the Holy Cross.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you were born in Calgary, but that
Yeah.
you saying that you lived in California when you were a kid threw me for a loop, though.
The yeah, I moved there. I don't know. I can't remember the snare. I think my dad. They just didn't have any work or something, so we moved down there, and there was less work, so we came back. Upstate New York.
Upstate New York, Shane. Well, are you still there, Shane, or what? I know our buddy Ash, who's been on the show with us a few times, kind of splits his time between Texas, New York, and Calgary. So, yeah,
I didn't know about the New York part for Ash. I knew Texas and Calgary, but I was
yeah.
unaware of the
Well,
New York.
yeah, I don't think it's often. But he
Yeah.
is a Rangers fan. Give him that, which is unfortunate for him.
The general.
He was born in
Jeez.
Calgary. Fubar and I were Fubar and Chris and I were all born within 5 hours of each other. I guess. I'm from Jasper, Alberta.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
was born at the Holy Cross before they had electricity. Hey,
So I think Fubar said it was going to be 5-3. I said it was going to be 4-3. What's everybody else's predictions for the rest of this game? What's the final score going to be? Chris, let's start with you.
final score?
Mm-hmm.
5-2.
5-2. What did you say? 5-3?
I said 5-2. You said Fubar said 5-3.
Yeah.
So everybody's pretty confident that we're getting 2 more goals, so that's good. Or maybe Matt and Fubar are saying that Edmonton's going to get 5.
No. Well, Fubar anyway was saying us. I don't know if Matt is saying Edmonton or
I'm
us.
sure. No, Matt's saying us.
Yeah. So we got some 4-3s, we got some 4-2s, some 5-3s, some 5-4s, some 5-2s.
What's Dylan's prediction?
Mine? I said
Yeah.
4-3.
4-3?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call the play. It's going to be late game. McDavid's going to elbow somebody in the face and it won't get called, and then he'll score. Or no, Draisaitl will score. Draisaitl will score. The player will be okay though. It's not going to. It'll be dirty, but the guy will get back up. And if it's Kadri, it'll just take him like 20 minutes to get back up.
Is it, I was going to say, is it going to be a veteran or a kid? I really do appreciate how Ball is able to move people to the outside. Obviously, he came up a bit short with McDavid there, but he kept him to the perimeter, right? Kept him out
into the perimeter. Yeah, he didn't move him like he moves most people in that
Mhm.
situation, but he definitely kept him wide. Because McDavid can muscle people out of the way when he does that.
Am I the only one that thinks Principe needs to cut that hair off? He just makes him look greasy.
I'm on the Flames broadcast, so I don't know, but I just think Principe needs to be fired, and have his mouth sewn shut so nobody in his family even needs to hear him talk again because he's awful. He's just fucking
Yeah.
awful. Like, you can be funny when you're trying to be funny instead of just being absolutely stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a lot of patience for him. As always, when we're doing the live, I've got this extensive audio system in this room, and it's on mute, so I don't get to hear him, but I also don't get to hear anything of the goings on. Fubar, I couldn't agree with you more. I've been a huge fan after about 3 weeks of watching ball. I played defense as well when I played. Obviously, back in an era when it was a little more physical than what we're seeing now, so I do appreciate how he plays the game. And yeah, I'm a huge ball fan.
Yeah, I agree. That's a huge deal for us. And I think it's underrated because I'm a huge fan of ball, and I mean we got that 2025 first round pick as well, which was huge.
Yeah, yeah, it really was. And like when you think about at the time when we made that trade, at least I know I was clamoring for an age cap on any players coming back being 25.
Yeah.
And he fit that because he was 25 when he got here, and so I was pretty excited just the fact that they were able to keep within that. But then after watching him play, because I really knew nothing about him, but when he started playing, him and Anderson just gelled right away, and I was just like, holy fuck, like this guy's good, like super underrated, which is good. I mean, he's obviously not there for offense; he's a defender, but he's just damn good at it, and he can just maul guys. And how he gets away with some of the stuff and not get called. But when you look at it in slow motion, he's not hooking guys. Like he does it in such a way that it's not a penalty. Even though, in real time on the ice it looks bad, right? So
Absolutely. And
I give the refs a lot of credit for actually letting most of what he does go, because it's truly not penalty worthy.
absolutely. And Ball actually took more penalties than I thought he did last year. I gave him a lot of credit last year, and I do this year for being able to reach around players without taking penalties. But he actually took
Mhm.
more penalties last year than I thought he did.
Mhm.
But Matt is correct. Ball and Reshny, basically, because the first round pick turned into Reshny for Markstrom was robbery. And I'm not going to come out here and guarantee Reshny makes the NHL, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be a pretty good second line player for us in the next few years. He's got a lot of skill. He's got a lot of defensive smarts. His defensive IQ is high, I suppose you could say, and
Mhm.
his passing is next level.
Oh, his stock went through the roof at World Junior. I mean, really, he really looked good.
Yeah,
Obviously, take it with a grain of salt. He's playing against other kids. I get that, but he really looked good.
yeah. He's not playing again because he's in college now, right? Um,
Mhm.
so he's not playing with against kids right now. But yeah, apparently he's been pretty good in the
Nice.
NCAA as well. I just put together.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure he plays with the player that we got in the Anderson trade, Weeb, Abram Weeb. He plays with
Mhm.
him in college, and I believe he also plays with McKenna. So I'm curious if Rushny was out with McKenna when that whole thing happened. Not that it matters, but
I think great save by Cooley there.
yeah,
Just great read getting over. Puck comes off Uyghur. Thankfully,
I
they don't.
figured out what's so fascinating about Cooley to me is he's like he's quick, he's reading the play well, and he's quick, but he looks like he's flailing. You know,
Yeah.
like he doesn't he doesn't look like he's in control, but he's in control. He looks like he's fucking all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah. He exaggerates his movements, but
But he
but it's
does
on
this
purpose.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's an interesting style.
yeah.
We call that the butterfly plus.
Sharon Govich just got absolutely embarrassed by McDavid.
Right.
And then he got hit, and he's down.
Yeah. Gets hit in the face. You get elbowed from Draisaitl.
Did I not? Oh, and he's spitting blood. That's no good.
And then Draisaitl scores, right?
Yeah.
So now I need to see the replay to see if that sack of shit should be sitting in the penalty
I'm
box
curious
instead of
if I
celebrating
called
a goal.
Was that McDavid or Draisaitl that did that to him?
Yeah, you got it. It was Draisaitl.
Oh, it was
And then
Draisaitl.
yeah, it was a high stick right in the face.
Yeah.
Sweet. Good call, ref. I mean, you're only right there. I can see how you'd
Yeah.
miss that. You're only right there looking at the play. He even
Yeah,
pointed at it and said, "No,
Yeah.
you fucking
Matt, I
jackass."
do not think you can. I don't think you can challenge a penalty.
No, you can't.
That's garbage, though. That's a really bad miss by the refs, for sure.
Especially when the guy that commits the penalty is the guy that scores the goal freaking 5 seconds later or 3 seconds later. Like, come on.
I like this. Mickey Moonhawk, welcome in. And what an awesome first comment. Sharks love blood. Maybe this gets him fired up. Welcome in, buddy.
I mean, thankfully, the last 5 weeks or so, Sharky hasn't needed a lot to get fired up because he's looked pretty good. But this is what gets him going tonight. I want to retract my previous statement. It's going to be 6-3 or sorry 6-2.
You can't retract that.
I can now because Sharky's all fired up from the blood. So we're getting an extra goal. So we got Parek's going to score. Sharky was going to score. Backlund's getting the empty net because they're going to pull they're going to pull their goalie being down 5-2 because they think they're going to do something with it.
These guys are getting pretty creative, though, eh?
Yeah, I don't mind creativity. As long as you're still being smart about what you're doing, right? Like I freaking hate the no look passes and the behind the back shit.
Yeah. It's good to see Kevin Ball back out there. I mean, I know it's been a while. He's had a couple shifts, but after he smashed his shoulder or whatever, it's good to see him back out there. Seems comfortable.
Well, I mean, given the fact that he didn't go down the tunnel and sat on the bench, I kind of figured he'd be back after a shift or two.
Yeah.
Which is good, though. I mean, obviously, he's the... Oh. Gee, Kadri, you got to get your stick on it, bud.
So, I haven't looked at the shot clock for a while. It's 25-16 for the Oilers. It does not feel like that. It feels like we've played a lot better than that. Am I losing it?
I mean, how many times do you see the team that's in the lead have less shots?
Score effects, yeah.
But I feel like it's another one of those situations that even though we've scored some goals, a lot of our stuff has been perimeter. Because we're very well
I'm
known
not even
for.
talking about the goals. I'm like, we've had some good opportunities. Maybe we've just been missing. How many pucks could the Oilers chuck if the Oilers could chuck pucks? It's funny because I the first time I read that and Reddit how many how many pucks could the Oilers cuck if the Oilers could cuck pucks, and it's all
That's
of them.
what I read first. That's what I read first as well. So you're not alone in that. I was like, what a weird comment, but I'm here for it.
The answer is all of them, Kubar. It's the same amount of elbows and high sticks that those guys can get away with.
Right.
We've missed KQ saying that the Oilers suck a couple times, so I'm just gonna put it up there. Yes.
I'm not ignoring you.
They really suck.
We
We're not
read it and
ignoring
go,
you. It's just
yeah.
obvious.
Yeah, we see it and we're like, yeah. KQ's right. Oilers fucking suck. I think they're like 1 point ahead of Toronto right now.
Yeah.
You're damn right, Sadie. Let me clarify. Let me confirm my statement there. They are 1 point ahead of Toronto.
Who's that?
The Oilers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The West is just bad this year as well.
Yeah. I mean, 3 out of the top 5 are the West.
KQ is
a stark drop.
Oilers suck. Well, KQ, I think we can be friends. This is a good time. I'm happy we started doing this. It's a lot of fun.
This goes in part. I mean, obviously you've been around for a while, Fubar. If you're born at the General and whatnot, so you're probably on the same page as me, where your 2 favorite teams are the Calgary Flames and whoever is playing the Oilers at the time. I can't cheer for them for any reason, and I catch heat from people saying, well, they're the only team left, the only Canadian team left in the playoffs. So obviously you got to cheer for them. No, that's never going to happen.
That's not how
it's never going to happen. Like go and ask a Brit if he's going to cheer for Man U if he's been a Chelsea fan his entire life. Like, it's not going to fucking happen.
Yeah.
Like, there's it's just it's the only team that I've ever known true hatred for. I was 6 when the Flames came to Calgary. It's literally the only rivalry that I've only known from a small child. Like, I'm sure as hell not going to ever cheer for them, ever, for any reason. I cheer their demise. I spit on their City of Champions sign that obviously is not there anymore because they're not.
It's like Greta Thunberg cheering Exxon.
Right. That's what I'm saying, Mickey.
So far you've commented twice and you really, really hit it out of the park both times. So thank you for joining. Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
I don't even remember where I was going. I read that and my whole train of thought just fucking exited the station. Which is good.
It's funny. You were saying anyone that plays plays against the Oilers, and I'm obviously the same in that sense. But this might be a hot take because I know a lot of people don't like the Leafs, and I'm obviously there. But I think I hate the Leafs just as much as I hate the Oilers.
It's a very close second for me.
Yeah.
So my top hated teams are Oilers, obviously, Leafs, Vancouver, Anaheim.
Yeah,
that's my top 4 most hated.
Really, like Anaheim's not there for me anymore. Vancouver's up.
Vancouver I mean, I was in Vancouver in that game 7 back in '04 and almost lost my life. So
in
I'll still, yeah. So I'll still hang on to a bit of that hatred. I mean, I despise the city, so
Yeah.
that helps with my hatred towards the Canucks. Um, yeah, that was a pretty crazy night. I was just there with my wife and son. I, there was a high likelihood of violence that night. Let me tell you. That was when the window flags first came out for vehicles and whatnot. So of course I took a lot of heat because I had 2 of them in my truck as we rolled into Vancouver the night before the game, and yeah, it was good. But I mean, beating them in that game 7 was sure a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The good old days. Yeah,
I
right.
was a boy on my uncle's shoulders when we won the cup in Montreal. Fubar says, Fubar, I was less than a month or about a month from being born. I was about a month from being born. I was born in
It would have
July of '89.
would have been a better story if you were born 9 months after. Just saying. Obviously, everybody celebrated the cup victory, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Some people in different ways.
Yeah, exactly. It would have been. I would have been okay with that.
Right.
I feel like a
Fubar,
lot less of a curse than I feel like right now. I'll tell you that much.
well, yeah, ever since you've been born. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah,
Um, God damn it, Dylan.
it's all my fault.
Fubar, I do like to remind all my friends that are Habs fans that there's only ever been one visiting team that has ever raised Lord Stanley in the Forum in Montreal's history. That is the Calgary Flames in
Which is
'89.
crazy because how many finals did Montreal make back in the day? Like all
Yeah,
of them. Like
yeah.
actually
I mean,
almost all of them.
which is crazy. I mean, obviously they lost some, but it was the first time it was ever done in Montreal.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
head
KQ's
still.
coming out with some stuff here. I hate the Oilers, 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 Oilers. Then Tampa, Ducks, Kings. A new one is brewing between us and Columbus recently.
Hmm.
You know what I've noticed is us and Chicago have had some pretty crazy matchups lately. Um, but it's funny. I don't know why. I think it's because we've only had one like actual series against them, and we almost never see them. I know they won the cup against us, but I don't hate Tampa at all. I have no hatred towards Tampa at all. I did for a couple years after, but there's
Yeah.
they're not in
I don't
our stratosphere at all. Like
I don't watch enough of Tampa games to really care per se. Um, yeah, I mean, obviously, I harbored some ill feelings after '04, but I wouldn't say I hate them as a team. I don't think I wouldn't put them on my list of teams I even think about, to be honest.
yeah, well, and the thing is I'm a fan of the bad guy in movies and shows and stuff. I find myself cheering for the antagonist or whatever. And Kucherov is just fucking hilarious. Everybody hates him, but he is fucking hilarious. And the however many million over the cap shirts and just like the whole like he plays into it so well. I love that shit. I really love that shit. Um,
Fubar,
but
I can definitely add Vegas to my list. That's one of those teams where just from their inception, it just the free ride they were given after that draft really pissed me off. And just the way they're able to manipulate trades or picks that come back, in other directions, whether it be for us or again, to other teams. They they play a lot of dirty shit, and the whole Mark Stone thing really pisses me off. This is like an annual thing. It's like, oh, when's Mark Stone going down so they can circumvent the cap? And then, oh, he's always better, 3 days before the fucking playoffs. And So yeah, no, that's a good one to add to the list, Fubar, for sure.
I
The
just
Blues,
want to throw something out there. He misses
yeah,
games during the playoffs because he shouldn't be playing. It's not. He's got a degenerative back thing. What he goes through isn't fake. The way the Knights deal with it is genius, and it's a league problem. It's not a Knights problem, and it's not a Stone problem. It's a league problem that they're allowed to do that. It's garbage,
like
but play to the rules that are given to you. And
no,
that's
I get that.
yeah,
I get that, but it's an annual thing, and so it's becoming tiring.
yeah, that's fair. Also, I just want to say I don't think Rasmus is going to resign there. They don't really have the way to do it. They don't have the cap space. Um, they'll have to trade some guys, and even if they do, they'll have to wait until the very, very, very end of the summer in order to put Alex Pietrangelo on LTIR again. That's if Alex Pietrangelo decides not to come back. There's been rumors of him coming back. So I don't think I feel like Raz is going to get an offer from somebody else that he's going to take before the Knights can do it. They can't do it right now, and they won't be able to do it until like September.
So how does that work if Petro comes or is able to come back, says he wants to come back, and they just put him on LTIR? Like, how does that work?
No, I mean if he wants to come back, they can't put him on LTIR.
Right.
If he's able to come back and wants to, they can't.
Mm. Yeah.
If he is unable to, then they can, but they have to wait until the
Yeah. Wait until that date. Start
yeah
of the season, right?
yeah.
The what if he's able to but doesn't want to? Do you see that as being a scenario in which they talk him into not and still receiving his pay? So I can see Vegas trying to pull something like that.
I think that there's too. I think he'll have to retire for that to happen. I think he'll have to like actually retire, and they'll have to get rid of his contract, or he'll have to be put on season-ending LTIR. Like, yeah, I
Mhm.
just I see where you're coming from, but the rules have changed a little bit. I do see where you're coming from. I don't
I
think
just
I it's possible, but even with Vegas, I don't think it's very probable, even with Vegas, which
yeah.
is saying a lot
I think
because
just given their track record and whatnot, and obviously everybody knows the city of Vegas isn't exactly all on the up and up as it is, right? So they come from a different way of doing business. And
mhm,
so I feel like they're awarded a lot of grace on how they conduct themselves professionally as an organization, like from management and ownership. And so I think I don't know. It's one of those scenarios that I could potentially see them pulling off and it being allowed by the NHL.
I'm not. I think they had to change rules because of it, and I don't think they're going to do that. Let it
Yeah.
happen anymore. Like I feel like I feel like if they let that happen, if they let all those types of things happen, we'd be seeing Alex Barkov in the next. He'd be playing for Finland. That's for fucking sure.
Right.
And then he'd be coming back after the break. Like I do understand what you're saying, and I understand why you're saying it. By the way, like absolutely, they've taken advantage of the rules, and the
Mhm.
thing is they're like I said with Tampa Bay, um, learn the rules, use the rules. If if the option is given to you and you can take advantage of it, fucking do it. Go for it. The Flames haven't had much of a
Yeah.
chance to do that type of thing, and the rules are the problem, in my opinion. A GM and a coach should be taking advantage of the rules given to them. That's my opinion. Hey, Anand,
That's fair. Hey, Anand, what's up, buddy?
thanks for coming in, bud.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. We'll have to get you on a show in the near future again, Anand. It was a lot of fun last time we did the live there.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, big third here, right? You got to go into the Olympic break on a high note.
Yeah. Hey, Anand, what's your prediction for the rest of the game? What's the final score going to be, bud? We've got a bunch of different ones. We have a 5-2, 5-3, 5-4, 4-3, and 4-2. Everyone's got Calgary winning.
Surely that's going to be the end result in some fashion.
Yeah. Calgary.
And there it is. No. See, here it is. Anand has made it so. He has said it shall be done.
Anand, you're popular, man. Everyone's saying hi to you.
The man, the myth, the legend in the making. How about the legend now? Jeez. There's not too many people that can jump into the chat and say hello, and he instantly gets 10. Hey, it's Anand. What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
If I jump into a chat, I go, hey, what's up? And everybody's like, who's that guy? I can jump into my own chat and nobody says hi. And then jumps into our chat and everybody says hi. That's good. He is the man, the myth, and the legend, not future. Nice. Who won that?
Who won what? Oh, the North Stars, yeah. And I love how busy you keep yourself, man. You seem like you're always up to something.
I feel like you owe some of your notoriety to Pat Steinberg.
Just a little bit, but also Anand just works really hard. Actually, really, really nice to see. Yeah. Must win Oilers games? Yes, Anand, for sure. Shane and Chris.
I don't know if anybody noticed that we're 15 seconds into the third period and Kadri's already laying on the ice.
I think I'm ahead of you now because I'm 45 seconds in.
That's so bizarre, right? I am now 40 seconds in.
Yeah, it's so weird because I was behind you by about 20 seconds in the first period.
And now you're ahead of me by 15.
Cheers, everybody.
All right, let's see something. Let's see something big here. I can feel oh, here we go.
Huberdeau was just feeling it. Like, yeah, it was off the pads, but that was a rocket. And that was a shot he wouldn't have taken like 4 days ago.
Yeah. Yeah, he would have paused and waited for people to catch up and get it across the rink for sure.
Oh, Dylan and Chris are pure gold. Well, Shane is also pure gold, though. Ooh. Yeah, man. So maybe it's because we're spoiled watching Cooley and Wolf all the time, but the way Jerry moves is incredibly uninspiring. Like, I just stopped and watched him play that entire sequence, and there's next to no confidence, and the movement is weird and awkward. Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, he does have a lot of labored movement, doesn't he?
Yeah. And Anne's asking if it was Uyghur's best game so far. I honestly I haven't noticed them a whole lot. So
I
in
mean, he
that
made a
sense,
nice pass to
because
Gradine for the second goal. That was nice.
yes, I've only noticed him a couple times, and one of them was a really really good thing. So simply because of that, and I've only really noticed him for bad reasons this season, I'm gonna say yes, it's definitely one of his top couple games for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm a fan of Uyghur, by the way. Like I 100% believe Mackenzie Uyghur is going to bounce back next year and be at least like 95% the player he was last year. He's a gamer. He never isn't trying. He's not lazy. He's just making bad decisions this year.
Yeah.
If you watch Huberdeau when he enters the area, his body language will tell you what he's going to do. I'm just going to finish that sentence for you. I believe that's what you were going to say. And yeah, I agree. You can tell it's almost like a different amount of energy he's bringing. And yeah, it's hard to explain, but I agree, Fubar. I see what you see. I see you.
Yeah, he's talking about when he enters the arena.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh the
That's what he
arena.
says.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I thought you meant just the area of. Yeah, okay, never mind.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you can. It's kind of like I used to work with a person a few years ago that as soon as they walked in, you could tell what kind of day you were about to have because their mood would dictate everybody's interaction for the day. And
Yeah,
so everybody was always on edge for the first 5 minutes until we were able to see what her mood was. And then if it was great, we'd all just kind of, oh, good. Yeah, it's going to be a good day. But if it wasn't, it was like, fuck, it's super tense. And let's grab our equipment and head out of the office and get out of here because I don't want to be around this. Kind of
yeah,
similar with Huberdeau, right? If he's Jesus Christ, what just happened?
yeah.
If you see him, you can kind of be like, you know, it's going to be one of those games where he's just kind of floating and not a lot of not a lot of effort. Where other
Yeah,
what I mean? Other times he's got that swagger and that confidence, and then you can just like, oh yeah, here we go. This is the Huberdeau we want.
yeah. So, I don't think I've ever seen Devin Cooley's face look that defeated, which is a fucking horrible sign. Hopefully, he gets that out of his head right away.
Yeah.
Because his face, I've never seen him look like that before, and he should have had that, but
Yeah.
well, how'd that not
Yeah,
go
just an unfortunate bounce out, Russ. Holy cow.
100%. I just hope he gets his whole mantra going of nothing
That's
matters,
Sharky.
everyone's gonna die.
Sharky's, he's smelling the blood. He's in.
He is. He's smelling the blood, Mike.
Put him in, coach. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Is it Mikey or Mickey?
I'm not sure.
Probably.
Hey, Ubar. Who? So you said, obviously Parek's going to score one. Who's the other one? I think Parek's going to get
the empty net.
Parek's going to get
on the empty net.
Backlund.
Backlund on the empty net. Parek's going to get the fourth goal. Backlund pots in the fifth.
I'm not. Yeah, it's Mickey. I think it's Mickey. How many times has Kadri gone offsides tonight? Actually,
0.
None. That is strange. Yeah, I can't remember. There's actually been almost no offsides at all this game.
No, you're right. It's been very minimal on both sides.
That's weird. Yeah.
and minimal amounts of icing too. In
Yeah.
comparison to a
Yeah.
lot of games, there's only been a couple.
Yeah, there hasn't been many whistles. Fubart says Frosty's going to score.
Oof. I mean, he's looked pretty good in the last couple of games.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, he's playing like he was expected to play when we first acquired him.
Yeah.
In the last couple of games.
I think Anand says, or wait, everybody's talking about Lomberg.
Lomberg.
Oh, no.
That's their prediction.
Oh, no, it's not a prediction. Sorry, you're behind me.
Oh.
Although I feel like is that oof.
Oh fuck. Lombo.
Yeah. I feel like you
And you
guys
know
are
what?
like it's crazy how Chris was ahead, then I was ahead, and all of you guys are always ahead of both of us.
Yeah. So do we think that Lomberg's gonna quit playing with the edge and the fighting and stuff now that he's an elite goal scorer? Like he legit did not score a goal in the Saddle Dome
Yeah.
his entire time he was here before going to Florida.
I
And he
was
comes
worried
here
because
and
that looked like a kick, but he actually got a stick on it.
yeah. And that's another one of those judgment calls too, right? It's like nobody knows what the call's gonna be if that's what they're
No, it
looking
was
at,
a
right?
stick though. It was straight up his
No,
stick.
I know.
He shot it.
Yeah, no, I know that. I'm just saying that if he hadn't, because it looked like a kick, but sometimes they'll allow it, sometimes they won't. Much like goaltender interference, where they really just need to do a hard set, right? Like if the goalie's in the blue paint and there's any contact, done. And then there's no guesswork, right? This whole gray area on contact with the goaltender
Matt
is
says
garbage.
his stream in Australia shouldn't be ahead of us. Yeah,
It's
I don't know
always
why,
that way,
man.
Matt. The Aussies, for whatever reason, they live in the future. I mean, obviously, maybe it's a time zone thing. I mean, like there, it's like midday on fucking Thursday. So, I mean,
Yeah, and Matt's from Australia. I think it was maybe about 2 months ago we did a game, and there was 3 people from Australia yapping at each other. That
that
Boots
was good.
guy, yeah, that was fun.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was a
Yeah,
morning game.
Mikey and that. I used to, Fubar, I used to sync my TV broadcast to Peter Marr. And so I could have Peter call in the games while I watched it. It was always a good time.
I'm curious. Somebody look it up for me. Is Ryan Lomberg? How close is he to matching his career goals just this year?
I'm on it. Give me a sec.
Yeah. That's awesome, Matt. 4 p.m. So what the game started at like 2? That's pretty fucking awesome, honestly.
So his career high was 22-23 at 12, and he now has 4. So he's
Sorry, what did you say?
For Lomberg, career high in goals.
Yeah.
Was 2022-23 season, he had 12. And right now he's sitting at 4.
He had 12?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I was surprised when I saw that too. Because it goes 0, 0, 2, 9, 12, 5, 3, 3.
That's crazy.
But obviously the second 3 is now 4. But
yeah, I missed Peter, man. Peter
Yeah.
Marr was a hell of a play-by-play guy. And
Met him
yeah,
a
I
couple
always
times.
find
He's
when I'm
super
on
good dude.
960, when I'm listening on the radio, I'm always fast. I'm almost always faster than everyone who's watching.
Yeah. Well, yeah, radio waves are much quicker than stream for sure.
Yeah, baby. That was probably horrible. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll thank you for never doing that again. Don't you? Right. Like that's literally just Peter Marr's name in vain is what you just did there. Like don't do that. Don't do that. That's it. Come on.
Only sucks in early games on weekends, which can start at like 5, 6 a.m. here. But other than that,
Mm.
it's great. It's funny because 5, 6 a.m. games on weekends would be good for me because either I'm just getting home from work or I've woken up and I'm about to go to work and I have a couple hours. So that would be perfect. Whereas 2 p.m. games would suck for me because I'd always be working when I'm working.
You have faster than normal service on ExploreNet.
Oh, you're
It's
right next
interesting.
to a tower.
I think you're the only
I
person in the history of ExploreNet customers that are saying that they have fast service.
I just want to say I went through about a week where I watched Aussie Rules. Um, it was on after work, um, one place I worked at all the time, and I watched it for about a week. I never understood any of the rules, but my God, I think it's the most fun sport I've ever watched in my life. It is.
It's exciting for sure.
I just have no idea what's going on, and that makes it even better.
We when I was a teenager and into my 20s, we used to play what we called Ogden rules for whatever sport we're playing, whether it be floor hockey, rugby, or that sort of thing. And essentially, what Ogden rules is there's just no rules. It's an all out war. It's a free for all. Like I remember the first time I ever dropped the puck in a Ogden rules floor hockey game. It was at school at phys ed, and the two teams decided we're playing Ogden rules, and so I dropped a little felt puck to the floor, and one of my best friends, Jason, just cross checked the other center in the face. So that's how he went for the draw on the face off. So one guy goes for the puck, the other guy goes for the teeth. He's like, there you go, Ogden rules. Welcome to Ogden.
That's funny. Yeah, it's funny how you meet people in random spots. Like I can't believe I found a Bombers fan in on a Flames chat. Yeah,
Right. What the deuce?
hockey fans and Aussie footy fans are very similar. I could see that. It's just such a weird sport. Like
Yeah,
anybody who
they're
isn't
all
into
nuts.
hockey that watches hockey has no fucking idea what's going on either, right?
Yeah. It's funny.
Grew up in Acadia, had a cousin in Ogden.
There you go. Yeah, all my boys are from Ogden and whatnot. That's where I grew up most of my life. It's a different community than it was when I grew up, I must say. That's what happens when the city runs the bikers out of town. The community.
Did anybody just see that score
Sick.
bug that just came up counting the Oilers' offensive zone time? And it was at 5 seconds. Like,
Yeah, which is
why are we counting that?
like I don't like are they just every time the Flames touch the puck they reset it and show it to us? Is that what just happened?
Yeah, that was weird. All right, commercial.
Taking advantage, right? A lot of people pick their sports teams at random in similar situations, right? They just pick it and then just become rabid fans of it through the years. It's really fun how a sports fan evolves or devolves depending on the team they choose. Beauty. Yeah, there was. I have a T-shirt that says I survived the Hell's Angels takeover of the King's Crew when they came into town to repatch Ogden. Maddie, this one's for you. Do the refs still wear fedoras? Then would.
I left for like 1 minute, and all of a sudden you're talking about Hell's Angels. What the fuck?
Right? Hey, it's Fubar, man. I'm just going with the chat.
Oh man,
Yeah.
you can tell Uyghur in the box is so pissed at himself. He's like, "Fuck, put these motherfuckers on the power play."
I mean, I don't know. I
That's
don't
the
I
thing.
don't like how they call hooking now, but according to the new rule that is,
Yeah.
I just
So,
don't see how
like,
it
when you
impeded
say
anything.
new rule, do you mean like 15 years ago, 20 years ago?
No, like how they call it today, like the
Yeah.
last 2 years. It's way different than it was called like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20,
I,
30 years ago.
I think it started like 15 years ago.
I don't think it was that long ago. It's been since COVID they've made a drastic change to the hooking call. Because before your stick had to be facing or had to be in a certain direction in order for the call to be made, where now it's not. And
Fair enough. I'm I'm not that worried about it. As long as it's
I'm not that.
consistent. The problem is
Well,
that none of it's consistent, and yeah,
yeah,
it's not like it's not
yeah,
consistent because it's against Calgary or whatever. It's just the refs are just bad in general. They can't call anything right.
yeah. Consistency is a big thing, and when you're going to have calls that are discretionary like that, like obviously it's going to be more difficult to be consistent, but it should be closer.
Agreed.
Yeah. Flames, Stamps, Braves, man. Oh, Matic fan, nice. And Broncos, yeah. See, so I've been, yeah. I'm Flames, Stamps, Niners, oof, Jays. Cheered for the
Fubar,
Red Sox for a while.
do you have ties to Atlanta? Just random question, I guess, based on that.
I mean, he comes up from a time in which the Braves were fucking phenomenal.
That's fair.
Like they're they had a guy that was pitching for them that was basically like he would pitch 9 innings and then start to sweat maybe afterwards. Like he was just so calm, cool, and collective,
Yeah.
and really freaking good. Really
Man,
freaking good.
Cooley's reading the play so well.
Which is an interesting statement after 3 goals have gone past him. But you are right.
Yeah,
Like
I mean, 3 goals
that's a
on
great read
35
on
shots
Hyndman,
against
right?
the Oilers, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was a good read on that Hyndman play.
Yes, and I agree. Cooley is such a good story, especially considering how like legitimately awful. And I'm not trying to be mean when I say that, but he was legitimately awful in preseason to the point where they went out and signed a free agent from Russia, um, and Prisvetov, or however you say his last name, who was never a good NHLer when he was in the NHL, just in case Cooley sucked. And then it was a legitimate case to have Prisvetov play, um, coming out of the. Uh-oh, is that Zeri down?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, it's just good to see Cooley come out and be that good.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Curious what happened. Yeah. Yeah. Prisvetov. Yeah. I've heard it. Prisvetov. I've heard Prosvetov. I've heard like, excuse me, 5 different things. Never really knowing what the right thing is, but had to give Atlanta some for giving us the Flames. That is definitely fair. That was long, long before I was born, but yeah. So, do we think the Oilers tie it up or no? Let us know in the comments. Yeah, I think Cooley's played an absolutely great game today, honestly. When did you become a Flames fan? Me? Well, I was kind of born into it. Um, when I was young, my dad was a Flames fan. Um, I didn't really know him for a lot of years, but I ended up uh, getting to know him as I got older and became a Flames fan kind of through that. And then as I got older and realized how many Oilers fans were around me and how much I just hated the Oilers, it kind of grew and grew and grew. And finally, when I started spending time with my dad later in life, around 15 years old, 14, 15 years old, um, the 2004 playoffs started, and my dad and I went to a trapper's cabin. My dad was a trapper, so we had this giant trap line of 20 square kilometers along the Great Divide, which is the mountain range in between BC and Alberta. Absolutely beautiful property. But basically, he went through it on a skidoo every day, setting traps, checking traps, and then we'd go back and skin animals and all that type of stuff. And what ended up happening is we listened to the 2004 playoffs pretty much every game on a little battery powered radio while playing cards with each other. And that's what got me back into hockey after a few years of not really paying attention. So yeah, that's how I became a Flames fan. I was a Flames fan growing up, and then I kind of stopped paying attention to hockey at all, and then I got back into it because of that.
I was 6 years old when the Flames came to Calgary from Atlanta. So it's pretty much just been the only team I've known. My grandfather back in the 80s and into the 90s, or most of the 90s, had a company owned box suite. And so I got to go to a lot of games back then, So the Saddle Dome has a very special place in my heart. So it's going to be a sad day when that building comes down, or even when they move to the new arena for me, but we'll get through it.
Yeah, and
But
you
I
lived
just
through
came by default. Came to it
The whole
per
corral
default.
thing too.
Yeah, watched a few games in the corral. Watched a lot of Stampede wrestling in the corral back in the day.
That would have been fun.
Yeah, it was a cool building. Didn't seat many. It was pretty much the equivalent to the seating of Arizona's arena in their last season.
The ASU,
Yeah,
the college, yeah.
I think can't remember how many it seated, like 7,000 maybe, 5,000 somewhere around there. Can't remember.
I've been in the corral. I guess I've been in it for a show if you count the Stampede, but I've never been in it for like a full on concert or for a hockey game.
Now the hockey game was interesting. Going to games there was pretty cool. So
I
if
really
there
liked
was a
it had lots of
Stampede
character.
event, then if there's a Stampede event, are you talking like Top Dogs or whatever, Super Dogs? That's probably why you went into that building.
I remember it when I was a kid, and it's funny because I remember the building more than I remember the event, which
Fair.
says a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also just going to Flames games at the Saddle Dome, you used to walk into I believe into the corral just a little bit and through into the Saddle Dome.
Oh, you mean like to cut through the Big Four and stuff to come from LRT to there? Yeah.
I didn't know how to explain that properly, but yeah, that yeah.
Yeah, that's all gone now too, eh? Big Four, it's a whole new facility now. That thing's enormous. I go to a couple of trade shows and stuff like that and events for work there.
Yeah.
Right. Can we not have Draisaitl set up in the hash marks on the left side of Cooley, please? If Backlund's really trying. He's like, I'm taking shots from behind the net now. I don't care. I'm getting one, bouncing one in off Jarry. Even Backlund knows that he's ass and can be easily scored on.
Yeah. Might as well just flip it down the ice. Mickey picked the Flames in '88 because they were the same colors as the Chiefs. He's from Kansas. You're a Chiefs fan, aren't you?
Me?
Yeah, I'm just bugging you.
Yeah, you fucking better be. I saw a meme a few weeks ago. It said everybody watching NFL playoffs is really upset because they're missing Patrick Mahomes. I'm just like, get fucked. Nobody's missing Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs.
As a young kid, Matt came to Calgary from Australia, I'm guessing, to visit family and friends, landed on day one of a Battle of Alberta playoffs and got hooked immediately. Love that. Love that story. That's how you make hockey fans, man. That's good.
Yeah.
Stampede Corral. Yeah, buddy.
Damn right. You remember the pavilion?
And this is something, and this is a good thing to point out. Good to see Parekh in the dying minutes of a game. Yeah, and that's something I noticed at the end of last game too, is that Huska trusted Parekh out there and kind of grew as the game went on, and he was out for like the vast majority of the last 3 or 4 minutes of last game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good sign, right?
Grubauer, Zane, it's time to get that goal for sure. Grubauer's grandpa had us go down to the Stampede for Super Dog because of the free dog food back in the day.
Yep.
That I don't know about. Yeah, I used
I
to.
was
So
always
the Stampede used to fall on the week of my dad's birthday, which is also the week of my birthday, and we used to go every year for maybe 4 or 5 years. We went every year together, and that was pretty cool. I don't think I'll ever go to the Stampede again. I have no desire to go to that shit show.
I haven't been to the Stampede in 30 years.
Yeah.
It's funny. You can always tell people that are born and raised in Calgary because when the Stampede hits, we get the hell out of Calgary.
Yeah, or you stay in your basement.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've developed a decent sitting area, we'll say, in the backyard where I've got my covered gazebo, an outdoor kitchen and 55-inch TV out there. So I mean, I could
It's a
spend a
fucking
couple of days
beautiful
out there.
setup. I'm truly jealous you have that set up.
Yeah. It's coming down this spring, eh? Did I tell you that it's all coming down? I'm building a new deck and covering and doing a full actual kitchen outside with
Wow,
running water. Running water.
Running
So I'm
water,
excited about-
nice.
Yeah, 2 TVs because I don't like squinting from one end to the other. So I got to have one at both sides. So I'm barbecuing in one area. I can see the TV. Gotta hit the net. How do you miss the net from that far?
Just wait for a second.
Dude.
Uh-oh.
That's not a good look. He take a skate. Freaking 97, eh? Like any excuse he can have to bang his leg off the post, right?
Dude, his skate hit Cooley in the hand, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, wrist or hand.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't intentional. And then it wasn't the post. But he may have hit Cooley's wrist or hand. No, I think he's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no blood, so I mean I would say he's fine. Yeah.
Well,
Sharky.
Flames are up. I guess it's the end of the season series, eh? It's 3-1 Flames. Love that.
Got people celebrating the victory, and I still got 20 seconds left on the clock, or 15 on the clock. I feel slow.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
That was a hell of a game, guys.
Tick, 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 tick. Yeah. Can everybody join me in a quick fuck the Oilers?
Fuck the Oilers. All right, guys. I do not have much time to stick around. It's late, and I'm sure the rest of you also don't. But if you do, you should definitely go check out Afterburner. But before you do that, make sure you hit like and subscribe. Check us out on Twitter at armchairgm_pod. And as Mickey says so eloquently and accurately, fuck the Oilers. Go Flames, go.
Go Flames. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for keeping the chat alive and interacting with us. We love it. We'll do it again. We'll do it again in short order once they get back from the Olympic break. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Absolutely. Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.